Roy Scarface.
If we are not slaves, we must act otherwise. Freedom is not going about becoming what you cannot be. If we are not slaves, we must act otherwise. Freedom is not going about becoming what you cannot be. Bring you academics, knowledge and love. Appreciation I expect from you. Appreciation I expect from you. I bring you academics, knowledge and love. Appreciation I expect from you. Appreciation I expect from you. Just like magic, yesterday is over. Seems like a movie, another day is starting. Good morning, Ekaro, Ekaro. Good morning, Ekaro, Ekaro. Good morning, Ekaro, Ekaro. Good morning. Good morning, Africa. Good morning. Good morning, Africa. Another day, another struggle, hustle. Another day, another struggle, hustle. My people come back with glory. My people come back with glory. Ọjọ́ kí kú mẹ́nẹ́, ọjọ́ kí jẹ́ kú mẹ́lẹ́yàn ló. Ẹ máa pẹ́, ẹ máa dúpẹ́, inú àlàáfíà. I still there for go slow. I'm a boy as the red, looking for the bread. I still there for go slow. My package, the people must to feel it. Success, I must to take it. I am in a hurry, I want go hustle. Check see take my potion. Abomi, Makwane Kalo. Kajole Pononi. And remember, say, peaceful society, the sweet. Good morning, Ekaro, Ekaro. Good morning, Ekaro, Ekaro. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Africa, wherever you are reaching us out from. Remember, this is African Patriot Radio Live coming to you on that platform that you love so much. I'm talking about all the social media platforms that give you entertainment, information, and a whole lot more. All right? So, where are you this very morning? Because I am in the box. Of course, you know what happens from top of the hour of 9 o'clock all the way to 12. It is May in the box. My name is Mr. May 11, and I really would like to know what your name is. I'm sure you're going to make that happen today because you have been keeping your name to yourself. Come on, why are you playing hard to get? You know I got your attention. All right, so go ahead and let me know what your name is and where you are at the very moment, where you're watching us from. And if there's some message or some knowledge you want to tell somebody, you want to let somebody know, this morning is good for it because it's the Thirsty Thursday. And if there's one thing we should thirst for, it is knowledge. Knowledge is power. And with knowledge, you are able to know, to move, because knowledge is knowing where to go before you go. All right. So knowledge is very interesting. Did I say interested? I am interested in knowledge, and knowledge is very interesting. So what I'm saying is today is a Thirsty Thursday of which we are kicking knowledge. I'll be letting you know some things that are going on as the show goes on, which is what I normally do. All right. So how do we start this? By 9:30, we shall come through with Maybach Talks, and we are going to have a whole lot of talks around something very interesting today that you need to have a knowledge about. Some people know, some might not know about it, but that's why we're here, to make it something we can all talk about. Remember, you too can tell us something you feel someone should know out there. All you have to do is hit us on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/African Patriot Radio. If you've not liked that page, I am wondering what you're waiting for. Dude, you need to be in line with the news, and I can tell you one thing for sure. A little visit to our page, you will tell that we give you news that even scare you. You'll be like, whoa, I did not know this happened. I've been kept in the dark. Well, here we are with a beacon of light. We're giving it to you. So you can check us on Facebook and like our page to be automatically up to date and be told everything that's happening. You can also do that on YouTube, African Patriot Radio. We're right there too. Well, like I said, today we're going to start from 9:30 with May in the Box with the Maybach Talks, and we're going to be talking about a whole lot. All right, but on centered on one particular thing. I don't want to let a cat out the bag because right here is only Maydays in the box, okay? So after that, by top of the hour of 10 o'clock, we'll be coming through with a COVID-19 update, as we always do. All right, that will run through from 10 o'clock to half past the hour of 10 o'clock, where we should be coming through with who made the news. Now, so many people have been making the news this weekend, and we will be dashing into it and talking about who made the news over some great musical tunes as they play on. And that won't stop by 11 o'clock. Well, it's going to happen to 11:30 because we don't have Situation Room today. We're not trying to know what's in the happen. But tell you what, I got something interesting for you. It might not sit well with people who feel they're affected or they are, But anyway, I got something for you. It's coming up by half past the hour of 11 o'clock, and that too will follow suit, and after which I'll be giving way for the midday crew. You know who they are, the Snow Nation. I'm talking about Snowbell, Snowball, and Snow White. Oh, and Snow Black. They just have a lot of snow. They're snowmen. They do snow things. But anyway, not Coke though. Okay, so for now, we'll just start the show really proper. Have you connected with your higher authority this very morning? If you haven't, well, let me help you with this one. It's coming in from a man known as Dachomo, and he calls this one Babu. We'll start the show really smooth with that one, and when I come back, I'm sure it will be somewhere around, maybe around 9:30. We'll kick up smooth and cool with Maybach Talks. For now, let's enjoy this one, and I'll be right back at you.
Babu, 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 Babu. a zaman duniyan nan sai dai a baka godiya. Yesu Ubangijinmu, kai ne ka cece mu, inda ba kai ba, da mun shuɗe, inda ba kai ba, da mun halaka.
When I say I am blessed, you say I am blessed. When I say I'm so fresh, you say I'm so fresh. Cause every single day His grace is upon our lives, always saving us from traps of the enemy. When I say I am blessed, you say I am blessed. When I say I'm so fresh, you say I'm so fresh. Cause every single day His grace is upon our lives, always saving us from the traps of the enemy. Looking back, way back then, when I was young, in my teens, so now you find it hard to believe some facts in life. My dad and my mom told me things I'll never forget, cause they are still so fresh in my memory. Listen to me, one. Never have nothing to do against God in your life. Be very, very careful about the girls that wanna give you groupie love. Never took what they said so serious, but now I know. Through all these years of my wrongs, He's the one keeping me alive. When I say I am blessed, you say I am blessed. When I say I'm so fresh, you say I'm so fresh. Cause every single day His grace is upon our lives, always saving us from traps of the enemy. When I say I am blessed, you say I am blessed. When I say I'm so fresh, you say I'm so fresh. Cause every single day His grace is upon our lives, always saving us from the traps of the enemy. Everyday pressure left and right, making me feel like He's not by my side, but I know His love is there to guide me right. And I see His love shining on me through my darkest nights and my ups and downs. My friend, no matter whatever you're going through, just believe He'll see you through. All you need to do is call on Him. Call on Him. While navigating through your path of life, with Him as your captain, you don't need no GPS. Hey, hey. When I say I am blessed, you say I am blessed. When I say I'm so fresh, you say I'm so fresh. Cause every single day His grace is upon our lives, always saving us from traps of the enemy. When I say I am blessed, you say I am blessed. When I say I'm so fresh, you say I'm so fresh. Cause every single day His grace is upon our lives, always saving us from the traps of the enemy.
I'm blessed and fresh, you know that's grace. Despite all the things I did wrong, walking by faith, always fresh and strong. My swag so hot, you can feel it in the song. Blessed and fresh, you know that's grace. Despite all the things I did wrong, walking by faith, always fresh and strong. Who God bless, no man can curse.
When I say I am blessed, you say I am blessed. When I say I'm so fresh, You say I'm so fresh, 'cause every single day His grace is upon our lives, always saving us from traps of the enemy. When I say I am blessed, you say I am blessed. When I say I'm so fresh, you say I'm so fresh, 'cause every single day His grace is upon our lives, always saving us from traps of the enemy.
Almighty God, we praise your name. Almighty God, King of heaven, you're the only God. Almighty God, King in heaven, you're the only God. Only you deserve all the praises. You're the only God. Only you deserve all the power. Oh, Almighty God, King of heaven, you're the only God. Almighty God, King in heaven, you're the only God. Only you deserve all the worship. You're the only God. Only you deserve all the glory. You're the only God. Lord, there is none like you. There is none like you. Lord, there is none like you. There is none like you. You searched all the heavens, searched all the earth. There is none like you. You are the only El Shaddai. There is none like you. Almighty God, King of heaven, you're the only God. Almighty God, King in heaven, you're the only God. Only you deserve all the glory. You're the only God. Only you deserve all the honor. You're the only God. Only you deserve the power. Only you deserve the glory. Only you deserve all the honor. You're the only God. Only you deserve dominion. Only you deserve the praise. Only you deserve all the power. You're the only God. There is none like you. There is none like you. Lord, there is none like you. There is none like you. Searched all the earth, searched all the earth. Still I find there is none like you. You are the only El Shaddai. There is none like you. Lord, there is none like you. There is none like you. Lord, there is none like you. There is none like you. Searched all the heavens, searched all the earth. There is none like you. You are the only El Shaddai. There is none like you. Dance with me, come and sing with me. Lift your voice, sing a worship song. Worship Him, come and praise with me. Lift your voice, lift up your voice and sing. Dance with me, come and sing with me. Lift up a new song to the Lord. Worship Him, lift your voice and sing. Sing a worship song. Dance with me, come on, give the Lord some praise. Sing unto the Lord. Worship Him, lift up your voice. Sing unto the Lord. Come on and give the Lord your highest praise. Somebody lift up your hands and praise the Lord. Dance with me, come and sing with me. Sing a new song to the Lord. Worship Him, praise Him. Lift up your voice and sing. Dance with me, come and sing with me. Lift your voice.
understand how much you care. And all I ever see is how much I should feel. When all that matters is how much I am dear to you. Oh, to you. All the gifts I've achieved in you are your beauty, your purpose for me. I have refused all that I'm after. They're making me worthless, but not you. In all that I do, I won't put you first. Learning to trust you above everything. All I've been through, I'll always say you're the best in making my life worthwhile. In making my life worthwhile. Take me, my every moment, all of my days. Let them be praised to ya. All I can see are your interest in me. Got me engraved in your hands. Oh, yeah. My soul depends on every word that you speak. 'Cause your word will last for eternity. You're the victory living inside of me. I wanna be close to you. Learning to trust you, Lord. I always say, Lord, you alone can make my life worthwhile. Oh God, I wanna put you first. To trust you above everything. Oh yeah, yeah. I always say you're the best. It's amazing how a baby could turn into a man. So is there any out there struggling with a body not fit? Ooh, put your hands in his hands. Let his spirit lead you. No more fear of failure. You're coming out victorious. Put you first. Learning to trust you. Everything I've gotta put you first. I've been true. I always say you're the best. Always say you're the best to me, God. Oh, God. Put you first. Gotta put you first. To trust you. Put you first. Oh, God, yeah. I've been true. I always say you're the best to me, God. You're the best to me, Lord. How you take me through the storm, how you carry me through the fire. You're the best to me, Lord. I wanna say you're the best, yeah.
Take me, mold me into a perfect shape. Turn my life into a song that has no end. All I wanna do is please you, please you. What I wanna be is a real sweet symphony. Because of you, I have a solid reason to wake up every day, continue breathing, breathing. All I wanna do is please you, please you. What I wanna be is a real sweet symphony. Because of you, I have a solid reason to wake up every day, continue breathing, back to the place where we first met. Hold me, keep me in Christ where I belong. All I wanna do is please you, please you. What I wanna be is a real sweet symphony. Without you in my life, I'm just an empty voice, empty voice, voice. All I wanna do is please you, please you. What I wanna be is a real sweet symphony. Without you in my life, I'm just an empty voice, empty voice. No one compares to you. No one compares to you. No one is like you. No one is like you. No one compares to you. No one compares to you. That's why I love you. That's why I love you. No one compares to you. No one compares to you. No one is like you. No one is like you. No one compares to you. No one compares to you. That's why I love you. 'Cause you first loved me. You make me wanna na 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 na. Yeah. Na 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 na. Lord, you make me wanna na 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 na. Yeah. Na na na. And when I think of you, I go oh 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 oh. And when I think of you, I go ooh, oh 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 oh. Yeah. Yeah. No one compares to you. No one compares to you. No one is like you. No one is like you. No one compares to you. No one compares to you. That's why I love you. That's why I love you. No one compares to you. No one compares to you. No one is like you. No one is like you. No one compares to you. No one compares to you. That's why I love you. 'Cause you first loved me. No one compares to you. No one is like you. No one compares to you. That's why I love you. No one compares to you. No one is like you. No one compares to you. 'Cause you first loved me.
And of course, no one compares to you, and we're talking about the creator, right? Well, you know, when it comes to real life existence, we know that no one compares to us, and that's why we have to do our best to make sure we keep each other in a good state of mind. How you doing this very day? I hope you're doing good. All right. So I told you we're going to be having by 9:30, which I have crossed 4 minutes into it. I mean, when you get in that kind of vibe, you just don't want to, like, you know, don't want to like vibe on another level. You just want to touch on that one for long. Well, anyway, I had to touch on that, and this is a story. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about something crazy. Yeah, it's a thing. It was an organism, a crazy organism. Now, why we're talking about it is because I want to reflect, to remember that we are in Africa, and we like to touch on things that happen in Africa. Now, there was a certain time in Africa that something happened that had all of us sad. That was sometime in April 1994. There was a genocide that took place in Rwanda. Now, for those of us who are good with keeping our history, we can tell about that story. 1994, the genocide in Rwanda. And how did it happen? It happened because some people did not know the power of words. When you make a sentence or statement, some people don't know how powerful the statements are. So they just throw a statement. And sometimes one word or sentence can change to something crazy. But in another way, sometimes when words are being thrown, it's just like when they say they throw you lemons, you make lemonade. Sometimes you can decide, I'm going to change this thing for something else. I'll do something better out of it. I'm not just going to sit down and allow what they said to, become what I'm doing and all that. But these people, sometimes we have to turn it around. Now, it all started in a media house when a media person came out to say, kill the cockroaches. Now, we all know how humans react to cockroaches. And there's something about words. When words start manifesting, when words stop being words alone, they could become something crazy. And before you know it, these words became something crazy that led to the death of so many people in Rwanda. Kill the cockroaches. A typical thing that is said every day. You do not know people who say, chase the cockroaches out of the house. Most times you hear people say, kill the cockroaches. Use the insecticide. But we must always learn to understand the difference between humans and animals. And that is why, for some people, it's okay when people say, I'm a goat, I'm the goat, or I'm the cow, or I'm the snake. But I would rather tell you, like Nas would tell you, I'm the man. Because I am not a goat. I am not a man of the moment. I'm a man of all seasons. Nobody should use words that demean you from a higher being to a lesser being. And that's because we have seen where words were used to demean a set of people, which led to the death of so many of a particular tribe. But what I'm saying is, you can spin words around. Possibly the person who said, I'm a goat or I'm the goat was insulted as a goat, meaning a goat like, Billy goat, nanny goat, she goat, he goat. But he spun it around to, I'm the greatest of all time. That's an attribute that is known with Muhammad Ali. So we must learn about the words we use. And as media persons, we must learn how we are used. In order to champion any particular cause, you must be very careful how you are used to champion a cause. And if it's a cause, always check what kind of cause are you championing. Is it a positive cause or a negative cause? Today I want to talk about something that comes from the class of Insecta. Something that is from a kingdom of Animalia. Something that is from the order of Blatodia. And something that is from the phylum of Arthropoda. And I am talking about the cockroach. This very day we're going to be talking about the cockroach because many people don't know some things about this sets of insects called the cockroach from the Blatodia order. All we know is they are one people we do not want to accommodate. There is something about cockroaches you don't want to accommodate them because you don't know where they're coming from. They might be coming from somewhere crazy. You find them in the toilet sink, deep in the toilet sink. They're always found in places you don't want to be at. Places you don't want to pick any item of yours if it falls inside. They have a stink. They have a way they make a kitchen stink. They have a way to make a room stink. And it surprises me that some people don't even know the smell. Like, I smell roaches. If I step into a room and there's a roach, I know. They have this smell that is offensive. I don't like the smell. I really don't. But what fascinates me this very day is, or fascinated me into this was because I was studying some things about them and I was trying to pen down some, of which I found out that there are about 30 cockroach species. There are like 30 different cockroach species. And we just know one. Maybe not. Sometimes we've seen some roaches that show up and look different. Like, I know a time where my brother, while we were growing up, told me he had seen a cockroach that was an albino. Yes, he said, I saw a roach, but it's not like the normal roach. It's an albino. It's lacking melanin. Well, there are 30 species of cockroaches and 6,000 or 4,600 are associated with human habitats, which means 4,600 are found within human environment, places where humans are. So what does it mean? Are we like, do we aid them or do we help them to survive? Because we are the same people who try to create insecticides and different means and measures to keep them away, but 4,600 of them are associated with our habitat. Now, I do not know, but many people detest cockroaches. I am yet to meet someone who would not. Although I've met someone who is weird, though. He can pick a roach with his hand. Me, I can't. You know, there's something when you study the cockroach closely, you notice they have this little on their, what do you call it, their legs. They have this sharp stuff. It's kind of like crazy. So I keep imagining, why would I want to pick a cockroach with my hand? But I remember Dr. Freddie Easton, from a neighbor of mine who was from the American side. He used to pick a roach with his hand. And I would be like, okay, dude, that's just you. But like I told you, there are 30 species of cockroaches. 30. Now, just like humans, it's weird. Maybe because they live among human habitat. Like 4,600 of them are living among human habitat. These cockroaches have some weird things. Like one of the weird things about cockroaches is that they also have foreigners. They have foreigners, but I don't know if they're into racism. I mean, we humans, we found out that we're of different color, and that was where racism started. Because some other people are trying to look at the higher human race and the lower human race. But it would be crazy if cockroaches have different types and do not see themselves like racist. They just maintain their corner and do what they have to do to survive. Do what they have to do to multiply. But all we keep thinking about is global destruction. So does that make the cockroaches wiser? We're just kicking knowledge on this Thursday morning. And it's just weird when you look at it that there's 30 species of cockroaches and 4,600 of these cockroaches live amongst us. But you know one thing? The roaches have a message for us. And I'll be telling you shortly before we finish this very segment. The roaches have a message for us. And already I've told you one. They are 30 species, but they ain't into racism. It is funny how racism is being talked about outside the shores or the continent of Africa. But now we're hearing racism being already starting to spill over in places like South Africa, where the people of lighter skin are already saying things and the people of the darker skin are already saying things. So I am getting confused. You know, I'm more confused when I think about countries like where I come from, where we are all of one color, but we don't treat each other the same. Then I'll be wondering, what do we call this one? Then I start thinking about how we can all come from one continent, but some of us in our countries do not want other people in our country. They want them out of the country, which is crazy. Now, we've heard of xenophobia. Let's not lie. This is happening. I mean, if there's something that needs us to sit on the round table, we can sit on the round table and talk about it. But when we now take the laws into our arms, or we start thinking, this is the law. The law is, if you don't get out my city, I will kill you. Or you start saying the law is, look at your fellow citizen and say, kill the No, that is not the law. That is the demons that live within us trying to manifest through our words. Maybe the reason why the cockroaches are able to live together is because they do not speak English or a tribe. They just go about their thing. But let's talk about it. They come from the phylum of Arthropoda. Yeah, Arthropoda is the phylum they come from. And they're from the class known as Insecta. Their order is actual Blattodea, and Blattodea is their order. They're from a kingdom of Animalia. Animalia is their kingdom, and they are cockroaches. Very proud to be cockroaches. They know how to show their self. The funny thing about these cockroaches that I do not dig is the fact that they do not like light. And anything that does not like the light is out for something bad. When you meet someone who always wants to do it in the dark, ask yourself a question. And when I say do it, please, Victor, don't smile. I'm just saying. The cockroaches will always react once you put a light on them. Why do they react? Have you ever thought about it? Because they know they're in the wrong place. 4,600 of them are in the dark, waiting for how to get into your food, eat, and leave you with what could get you sick. Now, in our day-to-day life, look at the cockroach and look at our day-to-day life. We have people who are doing a lot of harm. Rapists, terrorists. All these people are living in the dark. They're in the dark. Everything they do is in the dark. I would prefer if we related to such type of people who were terrorists who come out to just destroy people in the light as the cockroaches. But we spin these things around it, so we have a problem. 4,600 associated with the human habitat, cockroaches. 30 species. Now let's dive into species of cockroaches. I was so tripped to find out there is actually a cockroach species known as oriental cockroach. It reminded me of a particular noodle that I used to do a program for. They had this oriental fried chicken. So now we have oriental cockroach. Then we have one that is called Ectobius vitiventris. Apart from the oriental cockroach, we have the Ectobius vitiventris, and that too draws to mind, like, what kind of crazy thing is that? Well, that is a cockroach. They are not the same. They don't look like the regular cockroach you do see every day. They do not look like the cockroaches you see every day, but they are cockroaches. Oriental cockroach and the Ectobius vitiventris cockroach. We also have a cockroach known as a Florida woods cockroach. Imagine, this cockroach is from Florida, and it's not a racist. These cockroaches are not out trying to destroy you. They're here, but no, not to destroy you. I mean to destroy themselves, but they can destroy you. Yes, because when they team out to eat, they go out to eat. They have a way of communicating to each other that, oh, bro, there's food over here. Come, let's dance inside the food and eat. And next thing, you who come to eat your own food, because there are 4,600 associated with human habitat, cockroaches. You will come to eat, and before you know it, you gotta do, you get down. You're sick. Something is wrong with you. Cockroaches are united, though they are of different color and species. Another type we have is the German cockroach. Just like how you have German machine when you talk of cars, there's German cockroach. So when a German cockroach mates with a Nigerian, do we have a Nigerian cockroach? With a Florida wood cockroach, they give birth to a half caste. I think that's the only time that humans do something different from the roaches, because I've never seen them. But my brother did tell me when we were growing up that he saw a cockroach that was albino. The cockroach was so light-skinned, as light-skinned as, so light-skinned. But it's just a cockroach. Anyway, more on that. Apart from the German cockroach, we have the American cockroach. Oh boy, you want to get visa. Even cockroach is from America, and it doesn't have a visa. Well, there's the American cockroach, and we have the Pennsylvanian wood cockroach. And if I'm sure you've seen the pictures, and you will notice one thing for sure. The thing is, these cockroaches don't really look the same. They don't. So when you find one of the American cockroach actually looks like the cockroaches we see in Nigeria. Of course, if you've seen a cockroach before, you would see that it looks like. So most people start thinking, oh, this cockroach made its way all the way from the United States here, and I can't even get a visa. Oh, well, it happens. And somebody is whistling. Hey, I got a message. Okay. I just got a message right now. That's not the message I said. The cockroaches have a message for us. I'll tell you the cockroaches message later on, but I think they just sent me a message and say you better drop our message before time runs out. Well, anyway, like I said, we have the Pennsylvanian wood cockroach, another foreign cockroach. Now, don't be too carried away before someone will start saying, bros, me a big boy. Even the cockroaches were in my house, and a Yankee cockroach. If you consider, see German cockroach, they pass. American cockroach, they pass. Pennsylvanian wood cockroach, Florida wood cockroach. Bros, all of them are one thing that will cause you sickness. Insecticide is what you need. But no human should ever be compared to a cockroach. And no African should ever push another African out, or be a reason for another African's death. Not by words, not by action. We have a continent to build. When you look at the map of Africa and you see all that we have, you will find out there is work to be done. There are people who are starving. There are people who need help. There are people who in their country, they're suffering some 1 or 2 famine. We cannot sit back and say, we just want to be in our own place and push people out. We need to figure out a way that makes everybody safe. That is what we need to do, because the cockroaches are not us. The cockroaches are not us. We also have the Madagascar hissing cockroach, Omo. So I don't know, but I would like to encounter that cockroach. Maybe it hisses when you like spray insecticide and think it will die. You just hear many cockroaches hissing. The Madagascar hissing cockroach. That cockroach has to be featured in the next Madagascar animation, man. Because how can they have an animation about Madagascar and they have an insect that is even named after their own place? Madagascar hissing cockroach. Cockroach when they fear coronavirus. But anyway, that is a whole lot about cockroaches. I told you there are 30 species and 4,600 are associated with human habitat. Which means for you to do the right thing, keep your apartment, your environment, your offices clean. And you will not encounter these guys. Because these guys, they're bad guys. And one of the ways to do it is make sure you do not eat and drop crumbs around. Some people are good at that. They drop crumbs around. And food crumbs don't only attract cockroaches alone, but they attract a whole lot. Now, who are the cousins of cockroaches in the order of Blattodea? We have the termites. The termites are actually the cockroaches' cousins. And when they, you know what happens when termites touch wood now? You could stay in a house and the whole roof will fall off because of some tiny insects called termites. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about cockroaches with their 30 species and a whole lot of wonderful names. People are starting to wonder, do I start doing crossbreeding business? Since the dog business everybody's doing, maybe I'll start doing cockroach crossbreeding. You know, you're like, I'm trying to create a German cockroach with an American cockroach, so they'll be like German-American cockroaches. You know, somebody starts thinking, maybe I'll join the Pennsylvanian wood cockroach with the Madagascar hissing cockroach to join a Penn-Mada hissing cockroach. But it's all up to you. All the cockroaches want us to know this very day. They're sending a message, and the message is, we are indestructible. Are they trying to tell people who are being called cockroaches that you can spin it around to say, you are calling me a cockroach, but I'm indestructible? But they're trying to tell us that they're indestructible. Now, in the research that has been taken, it's found out that they can tolerate, 900 times their own weight. Have you ever noticed you smash a cockroach so hard and you think the cockroach actually died? Only for you to come later and you don't see it anymore. You were thinking, oh, you know those guys that do dance and take people to their cemetery? You know the ants too have those people, right? When an insect dies, they come in like the undertakers. They just come and start taking the insect away. And they're so good at it. If the insect cannot move one time, they will take it by parts. Man, some crazy things going on in the world. But anyway, this is it. The cockroaches are able to carry 900 times of their own weight. And that is why they're telling you we're indestructible. Smash me once and find out I got more than a cat's 9 lives. That's a cockroach bragging. Now, cockroaches, the females can reproduce without males. So the females are saying, even if you kill my pappy, I'm still going to make a little choo-choo. That is what the female roach is trying to tell you, that we can have babies without having mates. You know, they don't need to get down to get another one drowned. They just do it. They have a way to get it done. They'll sit down and be like, I think I want to have a baby. And next thing they got babies. And cockroaches can so multiply. They multiply so fast, you don't even need a mathematician. Even a calculator cannot multiply as fast as cockroaches they multiplying. So cockroaches are telling you they can carry 900 times their weight. And they're also telling you, we don't need a man. I don't need a man to have me a baby. Choo-choo can come without a boo-boo. And that is what they're trying to tell you. Also, the cockroaches are trying to tell you their tolerance to insecticide builds with every generation. So the more generation of, recently, NDLEA will start arresting cockroaches for getting high off insecticide. You spray insecticide and you're expecting cockroaches to die, and you find most of them running into the room and they're like sniffing it, and you just notice the person just start acting differently, like they're dancing one skanky rubber dub jam. And you're like, oh, these cockroaches, the more the generation, the cockroaches are becoming, they're tolerating it. It's like the DNA is building up and is acclimatizing. They're able to now stand the insecticide. So insecticide companies have to go into doing more and more and more just to make sure they can, wipe that out. And not only that, we also have another message. They say they can breathe through their body and don't need their heads to live. Now that one just scared somebody even in the studio, knowing that these cockroaches are really trying to pose a threat. They're saying we can breathe through our body even if our heads are cut off. Now, it's so crazy. I've tried killing a roach before where the head went off, and I noticed the body was still shaking. And I was like, okay, well, it happens because I'm told that even in humans, there are people when they pass on, you still notice that the energy in the body is still moving. I think it has to do with what they call that thing now. Does this thing that happen, is it synapses? No, it's not synapses, but it do take place. I have a science person in this house, and I am still struggling to find out what is that thing that happened. It's a chemical reaction, right? Where the human body, the person passes away, but you find out that the body is still moving. There's still energy flow in the body. Electrolysis still operating in the body. And there's some part of the body, like the brain, might not even shut down immediately. All right, these things happen. All right, but anyway, they're saying that without the head, we still be breathing. I'm still breathing. And the last message, they say, no matter what you do, we'll always be here. They're saying they will always be here in your soakaways. You know that thing they call soakaway when you flush the toilet where it goes to? All right, that's the incinerator. They're there. They're so there. These cockroaches are trying to tell you we're here because we are united. And we too can tell them you won't be here because we are united. We will not relate to our own humans as cockroaches. We will not have racism amongst us. Though we are from different parts of the world, just like you roaches are, we have folks from Florida. We have people from Pennsylvania. We have Germans. We have people from America, but we are going to stay the same because what comes first is we are humans before we became a race. So why are we racing in a race? There is no need for that. And that's just the lesson for today. If cockroaches can do it, we can do it better. Keep your environment clean, by the way, if you want to avoid these guys, because they are telling you one thing for sure. Their multiplying level is on another level. They don't need to mate to do it. They can just have the female reproducing. Armies upon armies of soldiers. Cockroaches, because they're always doing something destructive. Avoid the cockroaches today. That's the message. And that's all we take from Maybach Stocks this morning, and we focused on the message from the roaches. And I'm sure you learned something or two from that, learning that there's a whole lot of species of cockroaches, like I told you, 30 cockroaches, 4,600 associated with human habitat. Well, we'll just take a song from my man Muda F. Nasu Wasani. And in Hausa, Nasu Wasani means their own play. And that's what we're saying. Cockroaches, Nasu Wasani, their own play. When we're ready for that, they'll know where to play with them.
Munch. We give out one time.
Master, get up!
Kai, na shigo amar sandi sa'idawa as pine kai ina ta ba su assignment ai na su wasa ne na ce na ku wasa ne na su wasa ne na ce na su wasa ne kai na ku wasa ne kai na shigo amar sandi these niggas are just spying fake niggas I despise them ina ta ba su assignment kai ai na su wasa ne na ce na ku wasa ne kai na su wasa ne na ce na ku wasa ne kai whatever they sell I'm not buying whatever they say I'm not hearing they want to see me declining I Ghana Assam I'm soaring kamar Angulu, I'm just flying hard up with that cause this shit is timeless. It's what's in mind, they're more beautiful than the silence. No violence, but I'm just wilding. This cruise man's life saving. This dreams of mine at them eating. You wanna know what's up? What's with the boy? Am I moving on? Am I on the road? Even with my guys, they walking out. Don't break apart, you will know it. How dare you all even know it? From doing good, you will know it. You're all of my business. My best figure, fitness K. Saida wa kupernewana. Masabachi the ido there. Kuna take it gonna fashina. The boys said progressing while the rest of y'all retarded. I'm XO, Cal XY. Kutubu all of my profile, these not true rappers to exile. Not that much fair work. Bye bye. I'm going up and they know it. I will take my niggas, you know it. And I rap the north and you know it. I'm a malo boy and you know it. Hey, what the fuck did you know? Nothing. I for now gagarensu. I for now forget funsu. Will you wrestle with the great talent? When you're down, the globe is so skinny. When I'm up to you, will know it. You're snitch nigga, you know it. Like Lumberjack, I'll cut to lose. You don't trash up, just drug abuse. Blow trees and enjoy the cruise. You don't proud anybody's business. If you're broke enough, you can flex it. If you're free enough, so get busy, son. Die for saying or die for now, getting busy. It's a huge blessing, Sean. Now so then I kill. Hey, now she go, I'm at Sandy. Saidawa as pine K. Not a bass assignment. I ain't a suicide. Let chain up Kuasani. Ain't a Swasani. Nache na Swasani, Kai, na Kwasani, Kai. Now she go, I'm at Sandy. These niggas are just spying. Fake niggas satisfies them. Not about assignment, Kai. I na Swasani. Nache na Kwasani, Kai, na Swasani. Nache na Kwasani, Kai. Advise y'all to go here in. Laying emphasis, you should know this. You can walk in water like Moses. I'm bring to fire like Abraham. I'm spitting fire like a dragon. I'm writing like this, my last son. Way much harder like a real diamond. The boy is vexing too much aggression. I'm concrete and you know it. I'll buy you Rick, had the table. Sure can dig my ass like an amp bomber. My tick is finer than Jake Bama. Let's say I said I saw Muhammad speak Arabic, you will know it. Like Sabaluka, you will know it. These fake friends, and I know they what. I love my brothers, you know it. I had them, Mama Tasani. Say I love my people, you know it. I'm pranking with you, let me call this. From to speaking, no competition, just me winning. Too much critiquing, but I'm here spinning in the booth, quick into the chat, picking, and I had this vision. I saw the gym, you know it. Hey, Nine Yara and Najia. Go by the Jeep, had the gata. Come true with a brand new the bara. I could rap in English, had the house, heading on the boy, I create Asara. You are just toy like paper, but I'm telling these rappers I not got. They need a guy, you know me, get up a light. I've been pushing the game, but pushing the game. I've been pushing the game, like back to back.
They're gonna speak Chinese. Yeah, IBI. Yeah, nace naka ne kullum yomi muna ta tashi kaman an sa taki hangan sama muke ta yi. Ba mu canza layi ko bala'i ya shigo tambaya ka ji wallahi kai ba ma yaki la ilaha illallah iyayen mu na ta kuka ga ido na zafi kaman an sa yaji naci na wani hada da naka duk abubuwan da yake samun muke fada har da DJ sun ce ka je ka sami naka nawa ne kai ba na sa ido a naka gani nan ina rawa ina ta shaku ko na yau kasa na yi rawa na yi ta shaki 自己找，享受风心静抱，请小风心静找，哎，请叫风心找，哎 ，yeah, y'all gon' speak Chinese, I'm gon' speak Chinese, yeah, y'all gon' learn Chinese, yeah, y'all gon' learn Chinese, santi kamar kubewa ta kanan ka zame, ga sanan da tin banza kamar ka zame, my lyrics go sharp wallahi kamar takobi, shaye ga sanan suna ta burgima, kai ku bada hanya wallahi I'm heading for the throne, gani nan kamar rocket I'm heading for the moon, J Moon, wallahi ni ne tauraro, star boy I'm looking all fresh like P-Sun, Crocodile City wallahi za mu haɗe su, South boy wallahi kana ganin malaika, don't joke with me man I'm ballin' like the Lakers, dunking on these haters let's take them back to rehab, track them my agama suna ta cewa rewind, zaki kamar rake wallahi muna chewing, I put words together like Morpheus rhymes, na how to do na ce ni ne tirakin arewa, aka Jigs with the AKs, Adams P, I'm feeling like Adams with the apple, I'm eating it in the garden of Eden, I'm a gardener, hey, Basaka, 自己找，享受风心静抱，请小风心找，哎，请叫风心找，哎 ，yeah, y'all gon' speak Chinese, I'm gon' speak Chinese, yeah, y'all gon' learn Chinese, yeah, y'all gon' learn Chinese, yeah. Y'all gon' learn Chinese. Yo, na bindige shege na taka na kashe na bata kwandala hudu na ce ta bani yan uku. Hey, na ce ta bani yan uku. Yeah, na ce ta bani yan uku na ce na bindige shege na taka na kashe na bata kwandala hudu na ce ta bani yan uku. Kai shege ne na shige cikin hamdala na je na canza dandala. Kai, boy na Chinese I speak so. T ciao. IBI.
I hope you didn't learn how to speak Chinese with that one, because that is not actually Chinese. You start speaking that one on a very long one. But anyway, this is the time for the COVID-19 update. And remember, we like to tell you that it takes everybody's effort to fight the spread of COVID-19, which means we have to observe the rules, okay? Avoid using your hands to touch your eyes, your nose, and your mouth if you know your hands are not clean. Try your best to maintain social distancing of like 3 meters. Of course, wash your hand with running water and soap. And if you do not have any of those around you, the best thing you can do is for you to get what? Get a hand sanitizer, alcohol-based hand sanitizer. And also, remember that you need to wear a face mask. And when you're using your face mask, please make sure it's a clean one, because lately what I've noticed is people wear very funny-looking face mask. You don't need anybody to tell you this face mask is dirty, especially when you look at those ones that are bought from pharmacies. They are very dirty. All right, now you need to use a clean face mask. And when you're taking off your face mask, always try your best to make sure you do not touch the face of the mask. That's the outer part that is facing the public, because that part is already exposed. So try your best not to touch those parts. If you notice that you are having feverish condition, dry cough, what else? If you notice you've lost your taste, your smell and your taste, you lost sense of smell and taste. If you also notice that you're feverish, please, you know what you need to do. Do not hide. Start checking. Isolate yourself. Try to know if you're sick, stay at home. Don't be sick and be all over the place with people, because you need to be sure of what is happening to you, so you do not, if that is the case, you don't spread it. And also, there are severe cases of the COVID-19 symptoms whereby people have difficulty in breathing and failed organs, where your organ failure starts occurring and stuff like that. Those are the severe cases. All right? Try your best to save a soul. Try your best to be the hero in everything that's happening, okay? And let's do our best to make sure we push this out. Do not sneeze into the elbow. Don't use the hand. All right? And you can do the knuckle up. You have to just avoid shaking hands for a while with strangers, especially when you don't know where their hands have been. Try to avoid that. Even before the coronavirus, there was this thing about trying to know where people's hands have been before you just start shaking with them. Well, I'll be back to give you the statistics. For now, let's enjoy this song, because we can't start without a message. So let's get Dr. Ground Zero to give us a message. He features Annie Damar on this song, and he calls it Stay Alive.
Living in the times. Yeah. Another day in the world is eternity in paradise. Life will put you in a box with odds like the dots on the paradise. I'm hella nice like Hades on the freezer. No atonement for your sins, just a bunch of little things ticking on the meter, kicking on believers. Corona got the world struck, now we taking breathers. Some on ventilators, and fam hoping prayers get the answers. Not carried by undertakers who are dancers. Amen. You're so blessed to be alive, and something you should realize. A lot of folks get hospitalized, their blood get analyzed for multiple organ dysfunction. New world order assumption, economic collapse causing urban ideas commotion. For the vaccines, getting no mass appeal, cause before you go through the gates, you gotta pay your bill. On the news is propaganda, an all BS, and just the guillotine chamber where the heads be at. What?
Living in disastrous times, life and death separated by thin lines. Oh, I'm walking in the spirit, my journey knows no limit.
Yo, wish I had superpowers like Batman and Gotham. I can't fathom. Rest in peace, Fred the Gotham. My thoughts quite massive, so I'm weighing up my options. Calculated steps, putting faith into action. Class wars expanding, it's all about the fractions. Playing Russian roulette, who would you bet your cash on? The elites and organizations be stacking them profits. In recession, who the hell are you to be asking them? 2359 seems we're living in the end of days. Like a construction worker, better mend your ways. The pen displays lucid thoughts schemed in this broken pot. Proud of this product who was cooled by the Brooklyn gods. Lies and fallacies rocket through the galaxy. Tired humanity, pockets filled with fantasy. We'll fade away from this whole BS. I'm from Jaws, the guillotine city where heads be at. What?
Living in disastrous times, life and death separated by thin lines. Oh, I'm walking in the spirit, my journey knows no limit. I survive, I stay alive. Oh, we're
why we drop another verse for the health workers, doctors, and the nurses whose medical training didn't prepare them for this crisis, a pandemic. The thought alone gets you thermogenic. Lab people, ward attendants, what you do is angelic. And I am one of yours, so what you do I understand. Imaginary hugs and kisses since we can't shake hands. We're soldiers with no guns, morticians carrying bodies on shoulders is no fun. Y'all the bullets as they come. Food and clothing industries plus the grocery stores. If you donate the cash, God's gonna be opening doors. Breadwinners lost their lives in the line of duty. Heaven rest your souls, your families, be proud of you truly. Shout out to the world leaders, politicians taking drastic measures, not the ones be stacking treasures. Yo, I feel the pressure, and if you stay at home, be sure that you are not alone. We connected in spirit, you're the best, I feel it to the bone. God bless you all. Shout out to all the health workers out there, the doctors, the nurses, the lab people, the attendants, the record people, and all scientists, the security men, military, the police, paramilitary, vigilantes and firefighters, grocery store workers, people in the food and textile industries. Put your hands together for these people. Clap for these people. Let's go. Clap. Clap. Yeah. Very good. Now clap for yourselves as well for staying at home and not putting too much burden on the health systems. Yeah. We're gonna make it through. The world is gonna survive. The earth is gonna grow. People that lost their lives, my condolences to your families. I know they're in heaven now, smiling down. God bless your souls. My name is Dr. Ground Zero. I'm from Jaws, Nigeria, the Gillison City, where hip-hop heads be at.
All right, and welcome back. Remember, you're still on the COVID-19 update segment where we give you the updates. And today we're looking at the world. The world in itself has recorded 12,180,557 COVID-19 cases. That is 12,180,557 confirmed COVID-19 cases all around the world. That is the statistics as of this morning. All right. And also they have recoveries of 7,081,410. 7,081,410 recovery cases. Well, I do not know. It seems like the cases, the confirmed cases are going high as well as the recovery. We're hoping that the confirmed cases will start reducing and the recovery cases will speeding up. That would be a good one. And that's what everybody's projecting and expecting, right? Well, for death around the world, it's at 552,382. So you look at the difference. There's 12,180,557. There is 7,081,410 recovery cases, and there is 552,382 deaths. I pray and I hope that the death rate will reduce. Okay. Now we look into Africa, where we have 525,894 confirmed COVID-19 cases as of this morning. 525,894 cases of confirmed COVID-19 cases. And that means that we look at the recovery, we have 255,862 recovery cases of COVID-19 case. And that, well, it's not really encouraging. It just means we need to do more. We need to do more to save lives, to save ourselves, to wipe out that pandemic from this nation, from this world. And the death recorded in Africa is at 12,270. I think we've recorded some increase in death, which is not too nice. It's not too nice, but we are hoping for the better. As every day we try to push forward, we try to sensitize people to create more awareness about the virus, to make sure that people adhere to the rules and regulations that will help to curtail the spread of the COVID-19. Now, looking into the three countries we've been looking at this week in Africa, we have Sudan, which has recorded 10,084 coronavirus cases. 10,084. Now, if you remember, as of yesterday, Sudan had 9,997 cases of COVID-19 recorded cases at 9,997,000. But today they have 10,084, which means between the time of yesterday and today, 87 persons have been confirmed with the COVID-19. 87 persons has added to the statistics of COVID-19 cases in Sudan. And well, we hope for the better. We cannot say we are happy about that. I mean, no matter how someone else will say it's little, it's not little. 87 is a large number. It's a very large number. If you think it's not, it's when you are talking to a politician. He will let you know how much even one is a large number. So when we lose one person, or if one person gets affected or something, it really troubles us because it's not an increased number in a positive direction. It is in a direction that we all don't hope for. Okay, now the death rate rose to 636, and as of yesterday it was 622, which means death rate or death toll has risen by 14 persons has passed away between yesterday and today to the COVID-19 in Sudan. What do we need to do? We need to do more. At a time whereby we are having community transmission, where it is hard to tell where the outbreak is from, why is it spreading where there are no people traveling outside the country, or most people are telling you they've not really been in contact with people, they've been on the lockdown, it means there is what you call the community transmission. And the community transmission, like I told you yesterday, is where it is contacted without a human-to-human contact, or the person has no travel history, and you're wondering where did it come from? Maybe from surface. And that is why we always say it's good for you to use a surface sanitizer to sanitize the surfaces where you operate, so that when someone else comes from somewhere or uses the place before you, you would not be risking yourself to contacting COVID-19. Now, the case of Cameroon is still on two sides. Most people are saying we are praying and hoping that it is not that they have decided to hold back data, but we want to pray and hope that it is also a welcome development, because as of yesterday we had no reports for confirmed cases, we had no report for death toll, we had none of that. I think we had for recovery, but we didn't have for confirmed cases and deaths. They stood at 14,916 confirmed cases, and their death toll was still 359 as of yesterday. Now, funny thing is, today is another day, and the statistics gathered from Cameroon still shows 14,916 with death toll still at 359, which means they've recorded no new cases and they've recorded no death. If this is because nobody has contacted and nobody has died, we're glad. We were trying to look into the recovery cases so that we will be sure that out of the 14,916, we have people who are recovering. But it's sad to say that there is no case of that nature. No recovery, no death, and no confirmed cases. If it is that nobody is contacting it, then the next thing we should be thinking is, how do we save those who have contacted this virus? How do we look into saving them now? Because that is just the way forward from here. Morocco is standing at 14,771 confirmed cases of COVID-19 as of this morning, where this report was gathered, which is an hour ago. Now, yesterday there were 14,607 cases. Today they've risen to 14,771, which means 164 persons were confirmed coronavirus positive. They've recorded coronavirus cases for 164 persons between yesterday morning and today. 164. And you see, they have a recovery case of 11,316. So if you minus 11,316 from 14,771, you would be able to tell the number of people who have and the number of people who have been, Well, we looked at their death toll, that stands at 242 this morning from the 240 yesterday, which means they've lost 2 persons yesterday. Now, we cannot say only 2 persons because those 2 persons matter a lot. When you understand biology, you will know that when one man falls, it is not one man that falls. If it is a man, you start looking at what he has in him. He has the ability to reproduce. That is a generation falling. And when a woman falls as well, you look at her and say, imagine the eggs. So anybody, even one person, matters a lot. And that is why we must fight hard to make sure we can take this pandemic away from us that is taking our loved ones away from us. That is the march we'll be taking on the COVID-19. Remember, I'll tell you again, Do what you can to spread the message, not the virus. Spread the message. Tell people about it. Let them be aware. Tell them the rules and how they can go about to make sure they do not contact this or they do not spread it. If you notice any symptom of this virus in you, it is not the end of the world. It is not a point for you to start thinking that, oh, if I talk about it, I am going to be ostracized. I'm going to be stigmatized. I'm going to be stereotyped. I'm going to be prejudiced. No, you have to do what is right. Be that Superman, not the one we watch on TV or read in comic books. Be the real Superman. Be the real Superwoman. Self-isolate. Quarantine yourself. Call the relevant agencies. Let them tell you the next step to take. Let them come get you. They know how to prepare themselves to get somebody who has been affected or somebody who is in that nature. And they know what to do when they come to your place. They will definitely have to sanitize the place. Because when they take you out, they wouldn't want a situation whereby they don't know where you touched, maybe a doorknob, and anybody could come from the outside. So they will have to sanitize the environment and take you to a safe place where they will start working on getting help for you. Please do not keep quiet about it. Talk to somebody. Use every medium you have. I know, maybe you're a radio presenter as well, and all you do on your show is a party show. But if you have 2 minutes to talk, try to save someone. Try to educate someone about the virus. If you're a DJ, I know you want to play your liner. You can as well record a liner that just briefly tells people about how to protect themselves from the COVID-19. Do your best. If you're a preacher man, if you're in the mosque, in the church, or wherever you do yours, try to make sure you spend a particular time to just tell people to stay alive, because only the living will be able to do more. So let's try to protect ourselves this very day from the COVID-19 and try our best to see how we can flush it out of our society, community, world, by and large. Take this song from our bookie chick. She calls this one Breathe, and that's what we want to do, to breathe easy. But when you notice you're having a problem with breathing, you need to check in. Call the agency and quarantine yourself.
Blah, 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 shit. NCDC is looking for me. Where? See, my eyes are red and I'm looking dodgy. Where? Now everybody's checking on me. Where? And all because I'm looking funny. Where? No be malaria. This one no be symptoms of malaria. Oh. They say something scarier, so I should be expecting something scarier. Oh. If you neglected, many lives are affected, cause the movement restricted, steady rise of infected. So I beat on the chest, me beating me hand on me chest. Is it the weed or COVID? It's like something don't want me to breathe. So I beat on me chest, me beating me hand on me chest. Is it the weed or COVID? It's like something don't want me to breathe.
Beat my body like hunger, season me like hunger. This feeling's taking over me. Beat my body like hunger, season me like hunger. This feeling's taking over me.
Malaria. It's one of the symptoms of malaria.
Feeling for body, sweet me like honey. I feel the heart, make me the jolly. Yeah, she got the kill, yeah, she got the key to kill. Got me in my feelings from my body to my soul. All over my mind, I'm losing all control too. Make a check, tell me where we to go. Summer, we never under. No. Society stigma is on the cover.
Me chest,
oh no.
Me beating me hand on me chest. Is it the weed or COVID? It's like something don't want me to breathe. So I beat on me chest, me You beating me hand on me chest. Is it the weed or coffee? It's like something don't want me to breathe.
Make my body like hunger, season me like hunger. This feeling's taking over me. Make my body like hunger, season me like hunger. This feeling's taking over me.
So much fake love. It's the coming out, it's just the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out, it's just the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out.
Like David in front of Goliath, standing up facing the giant. By now you already know who we rely on. Two masters of ceremonies, meant to represent. Bring the fire, blow the flame, keep it real, lift his name. Things have changed, but never we forget why we started. To keep it dope is the mandate. Refuse to sell up for a dime. Crack the surface, go deep is now a crime. Guess we so unsound, the truth is this is not for sale. You don't know us simply because my treasures they are hidden. Hip hop, I love you, doesn't matter who is living, no doubt. We too have our frequency modulations, and to the plow, more dedication. Spitting heavy rotation, intellectual approach, that's the matter. The mic is but just any device, it's a weapon. If you are speaking live, hey you son, what you here for? I whip our people down for lack of knowledge. Your opinion either sets you free or become the bondage. Can't change in the styles like a chameleon. Spit up at your face, but behind they are scorpions. Even for the moment, please don't call me your fight if you can give me even more than your arm. You give them your all, they will give you a quarter. I never measure dopeness by majority. Report forever set it straight. Isaac Agila can't do without Jesus.
It's the coming out, it's just the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out, it's just the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out of self, coming out of fear, coming out, making it clear, it's the coming out, it's just the coming out. First Crown and Isaac Agila bringing it there. It's the coming out, it's just the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out, it's just the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out of self, coming out of fear, coming out, making it clear, it's the coming out, it's just the coming out. First Crown and Isaac Agila bringing it there. And that is how the flow came back with the feeling like Thanos. I grabbed the white lines with a grip laying. I'm straight, couldn't fake us in their right place. Cool them thoroughly to realness, bringing them out to bright race. I spit for real spitters, not some fake fan drillers. Calling you boss in their mind, they feel no remorse. I'm not a gangster, but I'ma kill your negativity. And in case you start feeling this and God music, cause you're watching to get the name of Christ, son, you're wrong. I'm still representing the God who's on your evil plans and nothing. Christ a maranatha, making me run the marathonic. Boy, you better listen to the words of your OGs. I'm not here just to preach, but to correct your fake smiles. And don't holler me if you don't like me truly. Life is short to fake around, so beat yourself and take your bounds. I'm not insinuating, but I'ma break your mouth with Holy Ghost smack down. If you try to take my crown, it's First Crown trying to tell you from afar you can be the best without being hypocritical with something. I can go on to lecture you like Mr. Lee, but I'ma let God to take you the home subject free. But I'ma let God to take you the home subject free. It's the coming out, it's just the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out, it's just the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out of self, coming out of fear, coming out, making it clear, it's the coming out, it's just the coming out. First Crown and Isaac Agila bringing it there. It's the coming out, it's just the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out, it's just the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out, it's the coming out of self, coming out of fear, coming out, making it clear, it's the coming out, it's just the coming out. First Crown and Isaac Agila fresh bros. What did they happen? I'm on a go. Babe, you too fine. What did they happen? I'm on a go. This your smile show. What did they happen? I'm on a go. This your catwalk. What did they happen? I'm on a go. Baba, this your shoe, man. What did they happen? I'm on a go. Baby, just the fat oh. What did they happen? I'm on a go. You the slim oh. What did they happen? I'm on a go. Guys, it's me small. What did they happen? I'm on a go. Anything you talk, Baba, now God they do right from the start. You're not saying Abu Mamaki. He never stop blessing me even the Yaki. Abung Ajibi, Agun Sokolumba, your Karewa. Omo, this God will die for your matter. Give you assurance with big pass to your mouth. I tell you, life is so real when you connect with Him.
him. So not the form like say now you direct the film. Without him Zaka Kinu now like I just shoot but when you come closer I would imagine you know who. I done chop double blades, I know they even think I'm twice. Cause son of mine paid the price with his demise. Now I'm proud, shaking my head like an angry. His love so sweet, Zaki Kamanama Kare. It's the Lord's doing since you worry how I'm doing. I feel love even though you don't like me. I'm still awesome if you think I'm not your class. God is not a man and his feeling is not the same with you. Fresh bros, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. Babe, you too fine, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. This your smile show, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. This your cat's walk, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. This your shoe man, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. Baby, just the fato, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. You the slimo, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. Just me small, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. You just the fresh bros, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. Babe, you too fine, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. This your smile show, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. This your cat's walk, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. This your shoe man, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. Baby, just the fato, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. You the slimo, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. Just me small, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. Right now I know if you count how much you don't bless me. I dey feel power like say I dey wrestling. I dey cut vampire like Wesley. I'm number one, I still the way God Jesse. They never see my dribble yet, ask Messi. I go make 'em, I no go join free Messi. God has defined my hustle, and I will never stop singing it from now till the end of time. This grind must go with God, if not crime, kukini, kitty, kitty. I found a better way to live my life. Take it slow, go with God, I make it grow. A hankalik and zamu namu gorom. For the meantime, I take my eyes off what is yours. Live your life, I live mine, and life is better. No, they worry me as you they see me so. Now God they do you need help, just let him know. The bank account is empty, but I'm still flexing. Just guessing. Just the fresh bros, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. Babe, you too fine, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. This your smile show, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. This your cat's walk, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. This your shoe man, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. Baby, just the fato, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. You the slimo, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. Just me small, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. You just the fresh bros, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. Babe, you too fine, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. This your smile show, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. This your cat's walk, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. This your shoe man, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. Baby, just the fato, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. You the slimo, what's in the happen? I'm on a go. Just me small, what's in the happen?
It's Lumpy, the illest producer.
Call me Mansa Musa after getting this amusement. I'm the newest jeweler, words get clearer than a diamond. Been home working, I should have titled this the assignment. As I meant every word written in this composition. Composition, your critics and I will take them all out. My articulation is exquisite, they cannot resist that. No confrontation, I flow steady with no resistance. But walk ready, my arm heavy like weightlifting. Get another yeah I keep it classy. More like Michael Jackson. Keep my pants above the ankle, better moonwalk it when I tell you back up off me. It can get so ugly, only one will recognize it. Reorganize myself, I cannot change the topic. Do some Kama Sutra, the naked truth will suit you. I'm not your average, ever range me inaccurate, and now will you're very pissed off, cause this the longest Saturday ever. They should only quarantine the illest. They're acting like they do not see me. They will let me spread it. You gon' get infected with the classic, this the longest Saturday ever. They should only quarantine the illest. They're acting like they do not see me. They will let me spread it. You gon' get infected with the classic. I got that classic. Hemodioxy, ribonucleic acid. Who the hell is asking? Put the crown upon me. I've been working for it. They can take it off me. Check my allegory. I'm not your ordinary auditory inventory. Get your money ready if you wanna hear another bar from me. Yeah, I'm going hard on it. Classic out the classic, boy, I did it so marvelous. This is so hazardous. Fire at the gas station. Call the fire service, cause I'm serving fire. Watch the way I make them indecisive. They can find a better artist after listening to yours truly. Game is hardly competitive if you do it like I do it in the ring with no opponents. They can fight it, they just have to love it. I would have kept it so cool, but I am very pissed off. This is the longest Saturday ever. They should only quarantine the illest. They're acting like they do not see me. They will let me spread it. You gon' get infected with the classic. This the longest Saturday ever. They should only quarantine the illest. They're acting like they do not see me. They will let me spread it. You gon' get infected with the classic. This the longest Saturday ever. They should only quarantine the illest. They're acting like they do not see me. They will let me spread it. You gon' get infected with the classic. This the longest Saturday ever. They should only quarantine the illest. They're acting like they do not see me. Nazi, will you stop it now? Homie, keep on coming. Classic got the classic, got the classic, let the classic. Made another classic.
Sanda na kwanta ai bana iya bacci I don't sleep at night ji nake ina ta haushi tunani nake waya talaka zai ci abinci an kulle su a gidajen su ai ba su da yanci kai gaba daya ba a matalaka adalci suna ta kuka kulli yau mai babu sana'o'i an rufe kasuwanni gaba daya babu aiki duk da mun san wannan cutar covid-19 da karfi kai amma ya kamata gwamnati su duba mu su tausaya su ba mu sakamakon ƙuri'ar mu kai people are dying yunwa ne take kashe su ba kula akari ya mutum yake rayuwarsa kai ko ana saman lafiya ya ake samu ballantana yanzu yadda mutane suke kulle an ba da kudade kasashe duk a bamu amma suna ta takewa duk sun bar mu da babu kai da kan ga baba a hanya yana ta kuka yana tunani yadda iyalinsa za su ci abinci kada ku manta talaka ai shine jagora kun hana su fita nema kun far su tabara kai abincin ba ku ba su ba kudin ma ba ku ba su ba amma ƴaƴan ku suna cikin ɗaki har da AC su buga PS14 su ci kati da fanta miyar su ma da hanta ga iPhone cike da data. Y'all need to do something about this. I've seen a lot of people on streets suna ta wahala duk da na san ai gwamnatin duka ba ɗaya bane a duba mu dan Allah a duba mu ku duba mu dan Allah ku duba mu kai duba mu dan Allah ku duba mu ku duba mu dan Allah ku duba mu domin kullum yau muka muna kuka ku duba mu kai ga tambaya ina so ku bani amsan da za ta share wa talakawa mu fuska kai shin mai yasa ne wai kuke da buri albashin ku ya isa talaka ya cimma buri kai ya ba mai iyalansa kulawa mai kyau na gari ba ko da yaushe ku dai ku ga talaka na wari abadan Allah a taimaka mana a duba mana domin muna cikin wahala kai I really don't have an option than to voice this out ya ce ma dukkan mugun mai kudin da ke gari idan suna da tunani sai su yi nazari akan abin da kuke Allah zai saka musu alkawarin da kuka dauka ba ku cika musu sai yasa kuna mutuwa suke shagalin su ku gyara halayenku domin akwai kiyama ina roƙon gwamnatin mu su ci su taimaka a taimaka a bar yara su je makaranta duk da dai ba a ba su ilimi kyauta biya suke a haka suke ganin wauta a da mutum yakan ci abinci sau uku ma amma yanzu sau ɗaya sau biyu ya gagara kullum burin su ga talaka a makara wasu kwana da yunwa su tashi ma da yunwa a haka ake sayan talaka da taliya mu farfado mu daga duka hannuwanmu mu dinga nishadi da iyalanmu cikin sauki ko babu sisi muka mun dogara ka Allah domin shi kadai ne zai cire mu cikin wahala kai Allah ba ma gwamnatin mu canci na kari ya ba ma mai rikon kwariya kariya na kari ya kara ma kasar mu Najeriya kariya domin ya sa yara manyan gobe su dariya a duba mu dan Allah a duba mu ku duba mu dan Allah ku duba mu kai ku duba mu dan Allah ku duba mu domin kullun yau muka muna kuka ku duba mu kai
okay wetin dey happen make faruwa ne why everybody dey cry now
everybody just dey die hunger just dey kill everybody self just dey die anyhow I don't tire for this matter sir this corona rubbish
bring it back one time Muda okay
Master, yawa!
Kai, da safiya na tashi misalin karfe 9 kuka da ihu ne ya tashe ni dan ina mara gaba daya dukkan layuka an yi takumi ana jira ni a fitar da gawawwaki a gani kai Usama ya mutu Ezekiel shi ma ya mutu Farida ta mutu Elizabeth ma ta mutu shin mai ya kashe su ne wai rashin cin abinci sun kasance mutane ne wanda ba su iya roko ana cikin lockdown ashe ba su cin abinci sanadiyar haka ne suka shiga cikin kunci da jikina ya mutu bana iya komai tunani nake wasu ba su da abin da za su ci yanzu ne ya kamata a ce da ku ci mu ku ba mu ingantaccen taimakon da za ta fi mu amma suna tabbatar mana ba su da tausayi su bar mu muna ta tunani muna cikin laulayi an ki a duba mu sun dauke shi kasuwanci wannan annoban idan da gaske ne sai su tallafa kafin a yi zaɓe wuri-wuri suke shiga gida-gida suke bin mu don su samu mai shiga ya dangwala musu su samu kuri'ar mai cika yanzu ana saka matalaka da bakin ciki akwai mutuwa ƴan uwa akwai hisabi ko a mulkin soja ana ba da abinci da aiki mu taimaka juna mu ko ba taimakon gwamnati kar ku damu jama'a Allah na ganin mu bara mu wulakanta ba ai kuma dole su ci mu wallahi Allah muka dole ne su ci mu kai Kujimu talakawa na kuka, kujimu rayuwa na tattafiya, kujimu talakawa na kuka domin wallahi Allah su suna bukatar taimako. Talakawa sun kasance kullum suna zage-zage a taimaka a jimu a daina yin ware-ware. Iyaye mata suna yawan kuka a gidaje. Shin kun taba zama kun yi wani tunani kuwa idan muka biye ma gwamnati duk za mu kare mu bar su cikin nishadi da iyalai su hole mu nuna kauna tsakanin mu ai babu ware addu'ar mu ubangiji ya sa ai za mu more. A wise man once said that givers never lack. I shed tears because we're dying of heart attack. I'm crying out a lot. My leaders, you hear me out. Where's the love? Where's the love? Oh, black eyed peas. There's no focus me. Prices of commodity is high. Period change. We've been hoping for change. We've been praying for rain. Our leaders are to be blamed. Poor people in the slums are dying of destitution. It's too much depression. But what is the solution? But what is the solution? The gwamnati ko babu gwamnati, we can help ourselves. Kada ka bar makwabcinka ya kwana da yunwa. Idan kana da shi duka fito a ci tare. Mu zama ƴan uwan juna duka mu babu bare. We from Adam and Eve duka mu jini ɗaya ne. Mu so ƴan uwan mu ba ma gwamnati mu kunya. Let's stay strong.
Mad one right there coming in from Muda F, and he calls that one Kujimu. Kujimu actually is a Hausa word, Hausa sentence that means y'all better listen to us. Okay, so check it out. We've been bumping some northern hospitality rap. All right, I'm trying to touch on the north side this very morning, but you are still on to May in the Box. My name is Mr. May 11th, and I'm sure you've been having a wonderful time traveling with me from this topic to that topic, and now here we are. All right, who made the news? That's what we're talking about. Now, I'm just browsing through the Instagram handle, and I caught a news here by Dele Momodu. For those who don't know who Dele Momodu is, that's the man I'm talking about. He is a journalist, a businessman, a publisher, and a motivational speaker. He is well known because he is the owner of that fashion magazine that we love to look at so much. I know the ladies love that magazine. They call it the Ovation magazine. Now, Dele Momodu is on. He made the news. So we're talking about who made the news as we peruse through the social media. Now, lately there's been this video that's been going viral about a guy that's been destroying his family property, breaking things around. And the problem is because they refuse to give him his P12. Now, the P12 is a passport that he will need to travel back to Dublin to school. His mother have refused him the passport. And the dude has gone bonkers. Wow, that's a Taliban. Anyway, now this guy has decided to smash things and all that. The video has gone viral. Many people have commented about it. Some people are saying, send him back to Nigeria. He has not seen it before. Now he's seeing his beans. Is it passport they refuse to give you that you're acting like this? Now, my own fear about that is when he's behaving like that and the country he's thinking about going to gets to know about this, how will they feel having him around? Because the fear might now be that this guy is going to be a nuisance. What happens when something he wants does not come to him? Now, I don't know if you remember the day when we talked about things that you can use to raise your child. When we talked about some things you do that if you keep making your child feel anything they want, they get, a time will come where the child will grow up thinking they are not supposed to be denied anything. They'll just believe anything they ask for is supposed to be given to them. Now, this guy is busy breaking property in the house, which means it's a tendency of violence. What will happen if somebody was around? What would happen if he had confronted the parents who refused to give him the P12? Possibly he might use something on them. Now, this is how these things go. Anger management classes is one of the things I think that kid needs. And well, Dele Momodu is here and he has something to say on his Instagram handle. He on the post, he commented and says, "This is the dark side of too much freedom abroad. Do not mock the family in this trending video, but pray for them and for yours. Count yourselves extremely lucky if you've not experienced these children of anger and complete dislocation. It is a common but unfortunate experience. The parents dare not touch him, even if they can overpower him. They may be charged for assault and abuse. Africa, well done." My friend just sent me this P21 in Dublin. Is the balancing statement. Okay, my friend just sent me this. P21 in Dublin is the balancing statement that the boy needs, which is linked to everything, including admission into university, which he wants to go, and He wants to go to UCD, he is mentioning. So the kid kept on shouting the UCD, which is actually his university. Possibly this guy has been longing to go to school. Well, he should have been told the truth that they don't have legal standing in Dublin. Oh, so the parents actually have that. They don't have the legal standing in Dublin, and not keep telling him that his passport has expired. So rather than telling him his passport has expired, the family should have told him they don't have legal standing. Now, right here on this show, there was a time I said something about how you talk to your kids. Don't be that kind of parent that when your child asks you, Daddy, I want this, you now say, I'll buy it for you tomorrow. Say it if you mean it. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Now, why not just tell the kid, but you've built a notion in this child's mind that you have everything under control. Now, when something is not in control, you don't even know how to tell your child the truth. And now look at what you created. Now, this thing you created, if we don't start working on it, now one day this kid is going to be married. What will he do when he has a problem with his wife? That is how this abuse start, the physical abuse and all that start from these things, all right? So I feel if they had worked on that, the kid would have had a better start. Tell the child the truth, that you do not have legal stand in Dublin. Don't tell him his passport has expired. That is what our Baba here is talking. Dele Momodu is saying they should have just told the child that it's his Nigerian passport, which they probably used to enter Dublin, that has expired, and that is not tenable for the purpose he needs it for. He is frustrated. All his friends are in university, and he does not understand why he can't go. He feels they are unjust in denying him the education he is entitled to. That's the cocoa of the story. Now, Babadele Momodu has spoken, and he said that is the cocoa of the story. Please, guys, let's try our best. Some of us have not had kids yet or started a family. Let's try to work on these things. Let's try to be very truthful to our children. When we have kids, once our kids are growing up, let's try to be their best friends. Let them understand us. When a child says, I want a bicycle, Daddy, Mommy, if you can't buy it, don't tell him I'll buy it for you tomorrow. Just tell him, Daddy or Mommy don't have money now, but if money comes, I'll get it for you. If this can't work, like, son, in as much as I would want this for you than anybody else in the world, it is not just possible at this moment. We need to look at what we can do. You'll be shocked. Your son will be the one that will help you and say, okay, if we can't do this, at least let's try this other way. I'm ready to save money for you and to make sure that we all live well. But when you go about making the child believe you can do everything, the day you don't do it, it's always a problem. It now looks like you outrightly don't want to do it. So that's what one of the people who made the news this morning. I'll be telling you more, but let's go back into the music. Now, I got Vizar, and he has a whole lot of people with him on this one. He features Dr. Smith, Pizzo the LP, Luke Case 2, Madman. It's Madman. There's Il Master Chief. We have Risco. We have Ground Zero. All on a track called Herdsman 2, The Demolition. Please don't go demolishing your parents' property or government property because you feel something was done to you wrong. Always think about dialogue. Think about a better way to resolve issues. Do not go around breaking property or demolishing things. Enjoy this one from Vizar, Herdsman 2.
Once we have the successful demolition, the building is no longer a problem for us. For those who are ready.
Astronomics.
Luke Case 2. Yeah, I'm ahead first. It's passion, hunger, and thirst. I be giving rhythm and rhymes steady making their head burst. And I'm a head nurse. I be giving them painkillers, Panadol for their headache. My head, they flow with oil. Head of the state, and you know rap is my first lady. When she's heavy with my baby, she's delivering delivery. Steadily walking heavily, heading towards my victory. Following all my steps, but Baba, the ground is slippery.
Yo, Luke Case 2 means 2 heads are better than 1 head. Since I be Pekin, I be like Yakubu Gawon. Head created specifically for the crown, and it fits another quality product from J-Town. Overpopulation in my head, I need a neck cast. Call immigration, I need to depopulate fast. See, I need a break, and I need a break fast. With the heads, man, we're not breaking bread, we break laws.
My opposition copy me, they wanna learn my policy. But when they tryna copy me, you hear them is apology. I blow cause I've got energy, music, and I got chemistry. The way to get me, yeah, I come to pass like a prophecy. Money and I is family. We growing into business, yeah, we building a factory. See them haters hurt on me, they end up in the backseat. Well, I'm ahead, you don't wanna see the Luke Case to it.
If we they use our head, I know things say pastors for feed, they use our head. And these politicians too, they don't sabi us from A to Z. I hate to say, if you know use our best, then go use your head and move ahead. And you, oh, well, keep your head high like Ronaldo jumping for a header. scratch that. Take it higher, make her bust your head. No fear, no be we bottle. Only thing taking you where your leg can't take you with your head.
Yes, yeah, I'm the head nigga in charge. You just haven't figured yet. The head honcho in the casino who plays bigger bets. Niggas mad cause I always get head in the Chevrolet. I get the jack, the only butt they get is a cigarette. This hydro cannabis flow, we go over your part head. Flip you upside down and use your luck dread for a mop head. Keep pointing your finger on this killer head, man, for all the bloodshed. This head on my shoulders only connect with real hip hop heads. Yo, I rap for the real. We were blessed with the skill. We don't beg for the deal. We just head for the kill. Stay on top of the competition. Plateaus head over hills. Keep my head super chill. I'm racing me on tracks. You be riding for a head on collision. Always keep my head on the mission. As the chief head of commission, yo, I'm freestyling, spontaneous right off the head. Grab a bottle of beer and bite off the head. Like that.
I see you thinking you're ahead just cause you're big-headed. But everything that lets you get beheaded. Head to head can't stand me, I'm a headache. Head and shoulders above the rest, even in decades. They can't catch up. How could they match up to the head coach? Better watch how you approach me, else heads roll. My style over their heads, can't wrap their heads around it. Plus my line's too heavy, don't you dare poach it. I keep my head up, never play the ostrich. I put a price on your head if you double cross me. And while I have a head start, they waiting for a heads up. I leave them in the dark like a sports switch. They falling head over heels for me. And just cause it's my city, all the ladies love Cool J. School of Hard Knocks, I'm the head boy, I'm a master. Headliner, we schools an anthem to a new cast.
They say how fast I be this acts like boy for the maskers, the only MC with MSC, so literally I'm the master. Who the fuck said hip hop is dead? Tell him I'm a living, I never die, I'm forever living. She's a stunt compare lion with pigs, I'm a bag of vice inspector. If you test me, I'm a cut like a film director. They on the rate, but now they love me. This is Rivers Putty. I don't want mama shut down my connects. I don't feel like Kuti. I've got audience today. I'm surrounded by head honchos. Is their heads main cipher? With the aim of a sniper. My words I like rifle, cause you know I've got a gun boss. Before you become a head, you need to got a tight boss. Nine kade rapper me tereng I do the K. I don't craze for hip hop. I need one the KO. I'm with the heads, so literally in that cake. I got one thing that can get the Kim but make
I'm like General Sani Abacha at the head of state. No need to legislate, see me go hard as I penetrate. Not a porn flick, but Jay's the headroom you venerate. Heading for that glory, holy ejaculating on your sorry souls. Biggest head in the room, look it up. Microcephaly and totally only the biggest nose like KRS-One. And then that's a headline. OG's in front of magazines, feeling for that bag of green. I'm blessed by the Nazarene. Opposition I treat like passports, we headshots. On a mission I breathe black thought, I'm red hot. Now you know the rules, as you get squared in your headquarters. Grim Reaper will reach you for your heads, I place orders. Call me King Headrod, only you're not in my head. Will leave you on your peeps dead. Yo, that's what I said. Niggas say zero, no get head. And that's not true. I'm the headless head man, but still the head of the crew.
All I need is one mic to shook mouth like I'm giving head. I'm rapping as if it's a go, my eye is even red. Can't even boss like before, it's like I'm really dead. But I think I'm still better than all those rappers I really had. Give me headphones, see, this nigga's noise too much. I won't be head coach, see, this nigga's play too much, bros. I'm too good, people just share rumors. Call me heads man, since the way out they attack too much. Rap kids, I'm the head of this family, man. If not bar, we the carry like we Germany, man. I'm married to the game like finally, man. So I J a Toyota, I saw like it's Camry, man. It's headache making this headlines. It's headache making this headlines, especially with deadlines. Deadlines like Nightel or MTEL, which other tell self is dead. Angwa Hotel. Datarakatari, Baba Kabari, Zuaneke Kamaroa, Aquale na Kwale. See, I'm the voice of the youth, truth in the booth, in the bulletproof cook, but I'm about to say the truth. Sun harba talauci like gwara suka tattara tattalan arzikin mu suka wari da korafe da malamalin zanzuro suka tara a da asike mu dinga bara. My government threats got me on shackles like a slave. I feel like I'm lying on a coffin in the grave. Bringing freedom to my ghetto people, that's what I crave for. I can't see light like I'm locked in the cave. This can't be life, but I gotta be brave. I'ma say what I wanna, do what I wanna. Bought my fist cause I was raised in the gutter. Bought my fist cause I was raised in the gutter.
If J Sound make the news, it's gotta be headlines. Come through like organizers, I'm moving ahead time. Head on my squad, head on my team. You know what's up, ahead of my game. Head on my league, I'm Yogan Club. Yeah, penthouse, blowjob, she gave me heads up. Told me about the sneak attack, you were plotting the head rush. But shout out Vizar for making the headway. Kind of music to be used, disturbing your airwaves. High school, I went from egghead, straight to hothead. In my SS2, man, I was knocking the head girl. Break time, she brought me snacks, making my head swell. SS3 guys carry my matter like headband. They were dead wrong. Onto them triumphs, he say my head strong. Rocking headbands, social nights, I got my head strong. Still these days, we shining like headlamps. If we know the headline, I'm now we be the cold head.
Let's forge ahead, results chisel in the headlines. I'll never face defeat if I was lacing up on landmines. I'll hit the nail on the head, cause I ain't here to hammer. Headshots, results straighten like a blammer. Like sex with grammar. I don't wanna bring a rapper down, but searching got it. Soon off the house of certain rapper sound. I'm the biggest head here, too mighty for any cut. More telling the handicap, taking shots and spilling guts. Bizarre, sitting on top of the city of just like Bassa. In my headspace, I'm both the star and I'm the NASA. Head, shoulders, knees and toes into the game. Michelangelo with the flow, painting greatness and I'm nailing it to your frame. Uniting great hands like the 15 arrow notes. You're trying to make a stitch in time, I'm trying to throw my beat for Rose Bizarre. Bringing the margarine so every bread can get water. Get it life, boy, you need to get your head above water. Born grace like Maradona till the air goes around. The only thing above my head is just the halo in the ground. This song is like a salon, it's obvious I play there. None of you heads go get it face if I know they there. J-Town is up with the force, this is the aviation. I'm the pilot, this is Headsman 2, the demolition. Cause I'm original.
I know the vex, I know the brand.
I'm a man with a mission.
I know get pride, I know the drago. I know get talk, you know the price so. Yeah, cause I'm original. Sun ce banda element dan ina rapping na Hausa. Sun ce banda inspiration dan bana shan bola. Sun ce banda swagger dan bana sa skin things. I'm Michael Jackson with the box like yo, I'm better than. Ni ba dan iska bane na san waye babana. Bana sa designer babu da can gabana. Blessings of blessings got sun dip a gabana. Kai, ni ba tun tsine tun tibe na man I'm flado. I'm back in my zone. Croc City my throne. They be calling my phone, but I ain't picking the phone. Think about it. My lyrics go deeper. I'm killing rappers. I'm a beast in this rap shit. Wallahi covers them under yo. I'm breaking records, I'm breaking them on the beat and listen to my rhymes. My digger, you know I'm underrated. This rapper's all retarded, they got me all aggravated. I'm shitting up in the sky, I'm a demon, I'm animated. I'm original, I know the vex, I know the ranto. I know get pride, I know the brago. I know get talk, you know the price, oh. Yeah, cause I'm original. I know the vex, I know the ranto. I know get pride, I know the brago. I know get talk, you know the price, oh. Yeah, cause I'm original. Yeah, kid, I'm like end of discussion. So whenever you talking to me, take the proper precaution. I'm caution, I'm making move. Man, I'm elevating, I'm heading to the top of the top of the top of the mountain. Yo, now they debating, the deliberating, they try to get it. We celebrating, we making money, we move to Vegas. Now they debating, the deliberating, they try to get it. We celebrating, we making money, we move to Vegas. Talk about the rap king, man, I'm headed. I'm a king in my zone, oh yeah, I'm headed. I can see the haters hating, they can't get on my level. Oh God, I swear they can't get on my level. I'm original, I know the vex, I know the ranto. I know get pride, I know the brago. I know get talk, you know the price, oh. Yeah, cause I'm original. I know the vex, I know the ranto. I know get pride, I know the brago. I know get talk, you know the price, oh. Yeah, cause I'm original.
Christ Jesus on the throne, spokesman on the microphone, terror physical, brief illness, goose of the spirit, all day, every day, yo. I'm the king with a lyrical jaw. My tongue is so sharp I can split umbilical cords. My lyrics are raw, but still bringing healing galore to all men plus those who not feeling the Lord. I bring the gospel like Matthew, Mac, and Luke, John. Look, son, wanna see love? You go to Luke, John 3:16 plus. We're spitting for the lukewarm. Nothing is impossible with God. Take that look one. Jesus, Lord in my room, even in cartoon. Man, the earth, sun, and the moon, even the baboon. Any life aside his life is just a cartoon. I rap him till I lay deep, even in my tomb. Walk by faith, I steady kill feelings. Lyrics so sick that kills sin like brief illness. Never rap trash or talk crap about my Lord Christ. Or tonight not be the night to laugh last. I bring war when I'm bringing you peace, bringing you this. God who is humble and beast. In the midst of the storm will stay calm alone. Tell y'all to play jazz like calm alone. Oh, I made my choice, homie, you decide yours. Jesus, where truth and life, not the side doors. Plus, I'm the apple of his eyeballs. Here's the high balls, here's the idol for your idols.
We choose Jesus, so tell us who you chose. He's the one that gave his life for your souls. We choose Jesus, so tell us who you chose. He's the one that hung his life for your souls. We choose Jesus, so tell us who you chose. He's the one that gave his life for your souls. We choose Jesus, so tell us who you chose. He's the one that hung his life for your souls. A lot of weak and weary seekers carry hope before a sound. Yo, I ring the alarm. In Gilead there's a bound to heal the border frame from the feet to his ground. But power beyond the clouds, only preach through a sound. Spirit and soul wouldn't escape this double-edged onslaught. See what the cost of his blood cost, hunger was fought. It is finished, isn't declared. In English it was spiritual. The reason critics criticize the Christ and terror physical. For making moves like a chess player. This tune is an answer to a set prayer. I was lost wearing the devil's glasses, staring ahead with passion. Until the light from heaven flashes, all I beheld is darkness. Life is silent, my sadness sounded like the violin that devoured me. I was only going farther down the valley as a prodigy. I'm wrecking havoc. Cause my mom deep and living by the biblical principles that my mom teach. I seen enough ladies, I did a 180. Just cause I chose to fled the street to say I'm going crazy. Although the storm raised me, to get the Lord save me. And then I'm the lost pages. You think you're leaving around the south and you the Christ and reason.
reason is the reason you're the victim that the devil keeps deceiving. So take a stand and make a wise choice. Or go ahead, being the leader of yourself. Since the lives yours. We choose Jesus, so tell us who you chose. He's the one that gave his life for your souls. We choose Jesus, so tell us who you chose. He's the one that hung his life for your souls. We choose Jesus, so tell us who you chose. He's the one that gave his life for your souls. We choose Jesus, so tell us who you chose. He's the one that hung his life for your souls. I see y'all out there trying to decide what's your left from your right. But Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, plus the resurrection. And this day I set before you two paths, life and death, so choose life. Shit out a spokesman for the physical.
Space Boys Entertainment.
Hold it down for those of the spirit. Repping Jesus Christ all day, every day.
You got a problem.
That's what's up.
Space Boys Entertainment.
I don't do black music, I don't do white music. I put a thing through it that's making you hate music. When I'm writing my rhyme, a deadly poison is brewing. Shock your absorbers and make you tumble and bounce through it. Hey, ever wonder why I'm a space boy? It's cause on this planet and no human I could be cool with. A bunch of hypocrites, deluded, fanatical movements, impulse buying whatever's been said, thrown in the cuckoos. Hey, I think we're living the absurd. I think the ditches and religion is a blur. I think we'll never find no answers to the force. You die before you get the truth, and then the truth is never told. God, this entanglement is far from removing. It's a radical confusion of what's to fall down in this looming. I am a student of this life, I'm entangled in this strife. My entitlements are all I need, so F for me, I put your fire out as once again is blow. I know where no, I know where no, so tell me who the heck you messing with. I know where no, I know where you ahead, go ahead and do your thing. I know where no, I know where no, they owe me money, pay me quick. I know where no, you better have my money. I know where no. Oh no, look at all the haters I got. Every day I'm writing, man, my pen gotta be shopping, and I'm trying to be consistent in the sun. Oh, damn. Look at all the haters I got. It's crazy how these rappers just be hating on a brother, no welder that could never make them stop. This autobiographic holograph just slapped you in the face, leave a fingerprint and call it autograph. I'm laughing at you. You thought I was done when I'm back to bring the rockers. And oh yeah, I love it how you hate me. You don't understand what I'm doing, so you think I'm crazy. But look around you and tell me who the hell is not. We all constituting the members of this crazy rock. Single mothers run away, fathers, children, and parents. A lot that graduates every year, not a job created. And yet they tell you go to school, living is not intended. Studying your books and after school, your talent's what you're left with. That's if you got any. It goes lost in the matrix. It goes beyond hustle and strive, get a goal and defeat it. There's no debating who the best. I'm copacetic, you a mess. That's why they die, trying to block out your smell. I put your fire on this bunch of can explode. I know where no, I know where no. So tell me who the heck you messing with. I know where no, I know where you ahead, go ahead and do your thing. I know where no, I know where no. They owe me money, pay me quick. I know where no, you better have my money. I know where no, I know where no, I know where no, I know where no, I know where no.
Nice one right there from my man Ronald. He's coming straight up the spaceship from Space Boys Entertainment, and he says, I know well. Well, that's why we got hospitals. Anyway, who made the news? I was perusing through my Twitter handle, and I got another one. Like I said, I just checked through this part, and I see who made the news. Whoever I touch upon, I just want to talk about. All right, so this time I thought there was a video that was shared by a handle known as @BlackNoteChaser, and it was on Twitter, and they wrote, "What is dedication? Ballet barefoot on concrete while raining. Incredible." Now, this was actually a clip that was done by a guy who was dancing ballet. Yeah, he was dancing ballet barefooted, wasn't wearing shoes, on concrete, and it was raining. Now, this very video went viral to the point that it got the attention of someone very special, someone very dear by the name of Fade Ogunro, and she's a former ballerina as well as a media personality. She's a former ballerina, so somebody like that will appreciate the art of ballet. All right, so she saw it and she was moved. She was really moved. And guess what? She decided that she was going to sponsor that very guy's education all the way. All the way. Now imagine, why some people say, why should I be on social media? It's used for bad things. Some people are using social media to change their story. Now this guy has this video out there, and it went viral because what he was doing was new, was nice, was unique, was great. And people started watching and going about it. And before you know it, a helper came along. Now, she sent a tweet saying, "Thanks everyone for your kind words. I didn't expect this incredible response. I've communicated with at Leap of Dance Aka 1. I'm sure that's the young man in the video. And another female ballet student will be put through school until they finish uni. Thanks to at Bookings Africa." And that is it. She has made a way for someone. In our everyday lives, we have the opportunity to make a way for someone. It is only for us to look always and say, what do I do when I am put in a position to make a difference? Politicians, people who have been appointed, this one is for you. Ask yourself the question every morning you wake up. What do I do now that I'm in a position of making a difference? What would I do? Do I have to look at who I know or what I know? What you know is people are going through hard times. Who you know is someone who's around you saying, "Hey, dude, put me on. I want to eat too." But what if you put somebody on because you know the person, but that is not the person for the job? Why not you get who is for the job to do the job? And in that way, it is great. This lady did not just jump on Twitter and say, "Hey, you, come here, come school." She probably would do it, and somebody who has all the money in the world to pay their school fees will still come. Because there's some people that, they're not the needy, they're the greedy. Yeah, somebody just coughed to that. They're not the needy, they're the greedy. It's just, they don't really need. They just are greedy. They just want it. They have it, but they want it. Have you met people like that? He has 100 shoes, but will not let you give somebody else a pair of shoes. Because he just feels, let me make mine 101. Meanwhile, there's somebody out there who don't even have shoes. So it's for you to choose, who exactly am I supposed to do what for? What you know from who you know. Those are two things that have to be separated. Just the same way you have to separate who wants it and who needs it. Because who wants it means they can do without it. Who needs it means they're going to go a whole lot away with it. So you always have to be able to dissect, analyze, and be able to put these things in the right perspective to work. Most people saying, "I tried for my constituency, I did this." You didn't. You tried for people who came around you and forgot that your constituency had problems. Now, most people don't even have a feedback method, so they're somewhere being leaders without knowing what is going on in their society. So because you don't know what's going on in your society, when you come to your society and you want to now develop a project to help your people, you develop the wrong project that your people don't need. Because you don't even know their real problems. It's like a story I was once told at the workshop where they said there was this NGO that was trying to, cater for a particular community. When they came to the community, they found out that the kids have to go over 100 kilometers to fetch water. 100 kilometers. And they were like, no, this is unacceptable. The people in this place are suffering from water. They have water problems. Let's bring water close to them. So they went into making boreholes for these people. They made boreholes right in front of everybody's house. Then they left. After they left, it was like 6-7 months passed, and they said, "Okay, you know what? I need to come back and let's have a review. Let's look at our projects that we've done so far. Let's take pictures of how it has aided the community. It has saved them one way or the other." When they came, they noticed all the boreholes were broken. They were dead. They were spoiled, and they were like, "Come on, we just left your life 4 or 5 months ago. What happened to all the boreholes?" They called the elders in the place and said, "Why didn't you guys take care of this thing? You're supposed to maintain it." The elders sat down quiet, murmuring amongst themselves. Nobody wants to be the one to talk. Then there was this woman, strong woman, who had a fear person, a fear face. Oh, whether you be Uche, she go look for her face. Now what's up? She go talk. The woman got up and say, "We thank you people for coming to visit us again. And we thank you people for the borehole. But we just want to tell you that the problem in our community is not the borehole. It's good you people thought of borehole because our children are going far. But you see, when you aided the children's not going far to the borehole, you cause another problem for us." And the people said, "Please, we will be glad if you're open to tell us what is the issue." The woman went on. She said, "You see, my people, in this our community, all of us live in one room with our children. Some of us have 4 children, 5 children, 12 children, football field, 14 children, Olympics. Anyway, now, the problem is when the children are all around, me and my husband cannot enjoy ourselves and do the things that we cannot do in front of them. But you see, when these children go to fetch water 100 kilometers, we know children. Inside the 100 kilometer, they will add 20 kilometer because they will stop and play football, they will stop and play tente, they will stop and do other yahoo before they will fetch water and come. But now that you people have done this, but they are not going far again. They are not even, if they want water, they will just go outside and fetch. So it was not, we are happy that they were going 100 kilometers. Our problem is because we needed time for ourselves as husband and wife to do those things that husband and wife used to do. And the people realized immediately that we did not carry out a questionnaire or something to know exactly the problems in this community. These people needed more of housing aid. Maybe if they had 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, that was the problem. The problem was overpopulation in the house. They didn't care about the water. Possibly they had a way of getting the water closer, but they had an overpopulation problem. Apart from overpopulation problem, they had the problem of PS, personal space. They needed their personal space. That's the man and the woman want to have their, private time, and the kids are always around. What I'm saying today is learn something from this. Always try to know the actual problem of people and meet it. If you are a person in a position of making a difference, please, if you don't know how to know, you can come and meet me and give me work. I can do it. I can help you. I can team up a gang of researchers to go to your constituency to get to know exactly the problem. They don't have to come dressed in agbada and suit. That's the mistake. They're going to come like every normal person. They will know the issues in your community, and you'll be able to enact projects that will actually affect lives, not projects that will just make you feel good like, oh yeah, I cut a ribbon. We're tired of you cutting ribbons. Do something differently in your generation. Put